My family, hi, I have a certain video I want to share with you, and I believe we're going to learn a thing or two, and I managed to compile things for you for context.
See, this Bible is as powerful, hear me, is as powerful as the day it was written and breathed on. Doesn't it surprise you how many years we've been preaching this message, and every time we come up with a new revelation? Only 66 books. No book like this. See, in some churches you may find motivation. Then in some like this one you'll find inspiration. When something is inspired, you can leave a service and it will bother you for a year. When something is a motivation, you get out there, it's gone. You have been motivated, but the motivation is gone. Inspired words are breathed upon. You can sense it. You can hear it. Listen, say, when we speak sometimes, we speak things that, was it not Prophet Elijah? I had a very big problem with him. I shouted it at him as a son, and he challenged me.
It's true, sir.
I remember called him, then called, how can you say that? He said, you are a young boy.
A young boy. That's true.
You're too little to understand these things. Oh yeah, you were there.
Yes, sir.
And he said, I know what happens at Shiloh. I know you people, you say this and you do this. But me, it will not happen. I said, within 1 hour, your child will die, or you or your wife. 3 options. And I give you an hour. If you don't see it happen, I'm not a prophet. Don't call me father ever again. Even if you think we should be together, don't call me father. Your child, you or your wife. Was he not telling his own testimony?
He was telling.
He didn't get to 30 minutes. The child died.
That's true, sir.
Now he was trying to call me. I said, I only spoke what God led me to speak. I was a vessel. I can't change it. They went there, did hours praying for the child to come back. Him and the team. With him there. Nothing changed. When I said it, I said what? He said what? He said what? When I said you, your child, or your wife will die. Well, he said what? He said, I'm waiting.
He said, I'm
waiting.
Try it.
When that happened, he called prophetess and prophetess. Something happened. So she knew this kind of extreme thing happening in your life is only based on one thing. There's something you did to prophet. That's why you're not coming to me with something this big. She said, what did prophet say for you to call me? Whatever the prophet said, that's all that. I had not even said anything.
That's true, sir.
So before we get into Prophet Elijah's testimony, this is just a background, story concerning his ministry. We actually remember him from receiving a prophetic word from Prophet TB Joshua.
The people from other countries, come. God want to use you.
You, Papa.
You're an evangelist.
I received.
So please, you should be ready. It's your brother.
I'm from Zimbabwe.
Go and wait for me. Go and wait for me there.
And as a result of impartation and prophetic word, his church grew astronomically. His church then crumbled to 0 membership, down to, I think, maybe 100 people, 200 people, due to some certain issues that happened. All right. Things are all over they're all over the internet. You can search it for yourself. And it took him meeting Prophet Uebert and giving him prophetic guidance, and him taking him as a son, taking him in as a son, and his church grew to what it is right now. You can have a church service and their gathering is 4,000 people. All right, due to Prophet Angel's mentorship. So that's just a background history of this particular man of God. So let's listen.
I want my son Elijah here to explain something, and those viewing around the world understand this. See, you've never preached here, right? This is your time to talk to your people.
Yes, Dad.
He is submissive. Sometimes he makes mistakes. We beat him up and stuff like that. But it's like you. He still has the mistakes like you. So it's better I chose the one who is rough on the edges. I mean, no, Elijah. Elijah was something. His church went down, completely went down. I had to go there and restart the church. And he's here. I just want him to explain something.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Let me tell you, I was bigger more than what you think. Ndichiri kunzi shemo ngwenda ndakatosumuka pamachipisa. Ndaisadza matende 4.
I used to be very, very big before this.
Andina stadium randaitadza kuzadza.
I could fill any stadium in this country.
As a testimony, it's me and Josima Hatch who brought Prophet TB Joshua in Zimbabwe. But madonero andakazoita wega uri kwakadona wakamira kudai sono nyanza kubata shaya kuti ya ndokunonzi kudona uko.
With the way things just crumbled for me, it really went down.
Without a father, you can go fast. But the way how you fall. Imagine, ndiri pa Highfields and Aizadza matende more than 4, 5.
I used to feel 4, 5 tents in Highfield.
Now, akusina munu 1.
Now there's not even a single person.
Tasara tiri 150 or 200. Do you know to change Mparidziki? The men who you see, they changed the story of my life. And I made sure, let me tell you this, anytime I'm not in good books with him, I don't need to be told. I see with the church. My numbers, no numbers will tell. Anytime he's happy with me, my things go high like this. I did a restoration night. We had more than 3,000-4,000 people gathered at showgrounds. When you see it happening, you will be happy. He has managed to control me in that way. Ndikangona message yapinda kanza, how are you say?
If I see a message that comes in that saying, how are you say? Reading such a message from me, I just know
how are you say?
Going down.
My brother Prophet Bushiri wakanditi in Indian, how are you man of God? Kana wakatsamwa. Ukaona wakati how are you man of God? Ameno mepo inongo viringa zvino so.
Whenever he's upset, you can tell just by the diction that he uses in the text messages.
The moment he begins to see you as a man of God, your father calling you, referring to you as a man of God, you are now in danger. Just a short story as I want to talk about something else. As I was submitting to my father, we had a day, I literally had an argument with him, where I felt, no. I think you heard him asking, do you really know Elijah? I had an argument with him. No, that's not it. Then that is when he opened his mouth and said, Elijah, I'm your father. Then he cut off the phone. It didn't take me 24 hours. My wife was pregnant. This is a true story. I'm talking to someone. When you submit, no limits when you're dealing with a father. I think he was explaining something here where he said, I can have people who can call you and say, please talk to him. In other words, I'm trying to send a voice to talk to you. Some of my brothers called me, Prophet, no. I said, do not be part of this. Let me end my issue with my father. I didn't know what I was messing up with. My wife called me, I am admitted. Where are you? This and that. That is when I knew exactly what is happening. She was about 6 months pregnant. And it's good for you when he doesn't speak much, but when you hear him say, Elijah, if I don't respond, I cease to be a man of God. If my God does not respond. So when we choose to submit, let us submit rightly. Do you remember the story of Naaman? The challenge that happened in Gehazi's house was caused by the father. But my challenge is, does the family know that this problem that is happening is our father who caused it? My wife is calling me. Doctors are saying, I think I might lose the child. And I knew exactly where the problem was coming from. I tried to call him. The phone was not going through. As we are gathering as sons, there's this thing I want you to mark very well. Never abuse access. The access that I have, I knew very well. Any minute I call, even if I call 2 a.m., I call 3 a.m. I think 2 days ago, he changes his numbers I drove with him. I said, Dad is not available. It was around 1 a.m. I went, knock at the gate. I need to see that. Then he's calling, what's happening? That access, never lose it, even spiritually. I called, his number is not going through. Then the next thing, I don't have an option. I had to call mom. Mom, something is happening here. Elijah, where are you? She knew very well what had happened between me and Dad and said, where are you? I said, I'm somewhere, but your daughter is at the hospital right now. Then mom had to drive the same time. She had to rush to the hospital. And by the time she reached there, we had already lost a child. It's not something that happened years ago. I'm talking about something that happened a year ago. We had already lost a child. And I knew very well where this was coming from. I'm answering my brother there. When you choose to follow your man of God, a father will never be wrong. After I amended my ways, one of my sons bought me a 300 series Land Cruiser, 0 mileage. He's there outside. After I amended my ways, this anointing works.
Sir, when this word becomes rhema, it becomes so powerful in your mouth. It can cause damage, irreparable. We can talk about it as if it's a joke. It's some kind of expose of power. No, it's not. We can talk about this over and over as an expose of power. It's not an expose of power, say. No. It's the drastic power that you hold in your mouth. Death and life in your mouth. Do you think we want children to die? No. Do you think I'm walking, gloating about it? No, he gave his own testimony.
That's true, sir.
So this is something that I actually felt people really needed to learn, especially if you follow a certain rank of servants of God. You know, there are servants of God that you really don't need to play around with in terms of familiarity and all that, because you may be joking together this moment and the next moment things may turn out to be disastrous. You know, we've been told of things that happened with Archbishop Duncan Williams and Archbishop Benson Idahosa. We've been told of things about, Ayo Babalola, who his daughter would just be playing around with her father. And he would then say, you're talking like a mad woman, or you're talking like a mad person. And instantly the lady will start, going mad and the like. So there are servants of God who operate from that realm of authority. So I just felt we had to share that with you so that we learn a thing or two. So I'll meet you in the next one. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe. God bless you.